I came in and he was on the floor. And the dogs were at his throat. I tried, but I couldn't do anything. I ran away.
But you called us, miss.
For all the good it did. I'm cold. My folks back home, they were upset when I told them I was living here with Dr. Mason. They said that I'd get into trouble. I think I'm in trouble.
Excuse me, miss. How did you come to live here?
It beats a college dormitory. See, I met Dr. Mason when I did the control course at the Institute. And he said that he and his wife had a guest house and they liked having psychology students. And they said I could live here if I helped take care of the main house. So I talked it over with Sigmund and we took it.
Sigmund?
Sigmund. Daddy said that he'd always look after me. Daddy didn't know about the dogs. But after Mrs. Mason died, I had the whole place to myself mostly, you know, weekends and all. So it turned out to be a good deal. Lieutenant, would you like some hot chocolate?
Oh, I like that very much. Very much.
So would I.
There'll just be a few more questions, miss.
Ernest.
Did you know Dr. Hunter?
Sure. He was around a lot.
When you say you had the place to yourself, did you take care of the dogs?
Well, sometimes. They were terrific company. But Saturdays or Sundays, sometimes both days, Eric took them.
To the Institute, miss?
No. He hasn't worked weekends since Mrs. Mason died.
Why don't we just sit down? You, me, and Sigmund.
Why didn't I think of that?
Over here, miss. Miss, just before the screams, just before the thing happened up in the kitchen, you said you were swimming. Now try and remember. It's very important. Did you hear a phone ringing?
No.
Ordinarily, when you're in the pool, can't you hear a phone ringing in the kitchen?
Yes.
But you didn't hear a phone ring?
I didn't hear any phone.
Thank you very much, ma'am. You try and get some sleep. One more question, ma'am. Just before the screams, were you swimming on top of the water, or were you swimming under the water?
I was diving. Swimming under the water.
So you couldn't have heard the phone ring up in the house.
I didn't hear any phone.
Very good. Oh, sorry, sir. Just leaving. Excuse me.
Eric, hold me.
Joanne, listen to me.
It was so awful.
Listen to me. I want to comfort you, and I want you to comfort me, but not until you take control. Think of your secret word. The word that nobody knows but you. The word that defeats every other word.
I've got a new one. A new secret word. Blood.
Now, who's going to control your life? You or that word?
Don't worry about it. I'll sleep it off.
You've suffered a terrible experience. It's time to go home. Get out of this place, Joe.
But I don't want to go.
You've wanted to go ever since you've known.
Known what?
That you and I aren't going to be lovers. That I control my own space. That you can't have everything you want just because you want it.
What the hell do you know about it, Doctor? What do you know about it? Eric?
Dr. Mason is lecturing tonight, miss.
I'm sorry. I saw the light.
Miss Nichols, there's something I have to ask you. In the kitchen.
I can't. Not in there. Please.
We can try, miss. I know how you feel. But kitchen, that's just a word. See, it's just a kitchen. What I wanted to ask you is, you heard Dr. Hunter screaming. Now, where was he when you saw him?
There.
There. And the dogs?
There.
What you heard? Was it just a scream? Or was Dr. Hunter trying to say something? Can you hear me up here, miss?
He was calling. For Eric.
He was calling for his friend. This hook, miss. Do you know what it might be for?
No. I've never noticed it.
And right after seeing that, that's when you called the police.
I tried this phone, but it was dead. So I called from the guest house on my own phone.
Thank you, miss. You did very well. Miss Nichols, this spotlight, Dr. Mason calls it a baby spot. He says he picked this up last week, but he couldn't have bought it at one of those cinema buff stores. It's got a lot of dirt on it, you see that? And his secretary says he worked every day last week and most of the nights.
Well, it was a weekend, Lieutenant. He always brought home lots of junk when he took the dogs with him. Like that old hitching post.
Well, that makes sense, miss. There's a lot of rust on this, but you can still make out it says property of Callahan Film Ranch, Peachtree, California.
There. You might try starting your own collection.
I just might go there, ma'am.
Good night, Lieutenant.
Good night, miss. Good night, sir. Just one more thing.